Welcome, everybody, to another episode of KDM, which stands for Kit. Hi, Kit.
Hi,
Dimitri.
that's
Hello,
Dimitri.
everybody. And movies with an exclamation point. It is the podcast show where we discuss movies. And today, of all days, I was thinking about this, Kit, as I was getting out of the shower. See, I'm always thinking movies. I'm always thinking talking movies. There's never a holiday for that. But I found it, I was thinking, how apropos that today being Good Friday.
Oh, I didn't even think
Today
about
being good,
that.
yep, today being Good Friday, we're talking about Ryan Coogler's latest opus called Sinners.
Sinners.
Sinners. So, lots to talk about. Folks, we are spoiler rich, not spoiler free. The spoilers do come free. You don't have to pay for them, but we will talk about key plot points of this movie in this review and discussion. So be warned if you haven't seen it. Hit pause, go watch the movie, come back after, and please join in the discussion. How can you join in the discussion? Well, you can comment in the comments below, which we leave open. So let us know your thoughts. But speaking of thoughts, Kit, everybody's waiting with bated breath.
Yeah,
This is Good Friday.
it is Good
Seems no
Friday.
It is
It,
Good Friday. Yeah. And
I
let's
didn't
make it a
even think
very good
about that.
Friday.
Yes.
There you go. Um,
Well,
give us your
I
thoughts.
yes, I really enjoyed this. There are so many things going on in this film that are so cool. Look, just in general, I think Ryan Coogler is a great director. I think he's definitely fits a need as far as shining a light on the Black culture, on the experiences, that kind of thing, from even from Black Panther, which is a great, that first Black Panther is a great film, to
Mhm.
Creed, to other films as well. He has a he and Michael B. Jordan definitely have a symbiotic situation where they love to work with each other, and they obviously bring out the best in each other. But I do feel
Mhm.
like this is my favorite films at this point. The premise is actually pretty simple. We've Michael B. Jordan gets to play two characters. He plays twin brothers, Smoke and Stack, who I guess
Love that.
were lived in this small town in I forgot where they were now. Was it Mississippi?
It is Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Yeah, the movie takes
Yeah.
place October 16th, 1932 in
Yeah.
Mississippi.
So they're from this small town, and they have returned after living a kind of a gangster life, I would say, in Chicago and whatnot, and they have some cash, and they decide they want to run a juke joint, or have a place out in the woods there, an old mill of some kind that they buy and they turn into a juke joint. So they incorporate some of their friends that they haven't seen in a while to come and help them set it up, and they're going to have a big grand opening evening of just amazing music and dancing and drinking and eating catfish. I mean,
Hmm.
I wanted to go. I wanted to be there. Um, all some weird stuff starts happening. Some people show up, and some white people show up. Jack O'Connell playing one of them, and things get a little crazy. Here's the thing, that all the performances were fantastic. The
Hmm.
atmosphere, the way it looked, it was just rich. But what I love the most about this movie, and this is obviously what Ryan Coogler really wanted to emphasize, was the music,
Hmm.
and how music shapes culture, shapes communities. And the opening part of the film, they say there are those who are gifted in bringing communities together with music, and they are called certain things in each culture, or whatever it is, from African to ancient Egypt, everything.
Irish,
So
H, yeah.
Irish,
Hmm.
yeah. So it's about this, but the how that music and that, I guess, that power, I suppose, is the best way you can describe it. How it
Yeah.
also attracts evil, can attract evil. So that
And in this case, I mean, you know, it's not necessarily a spoiler, but the evil we're talking about here are vampires.
so
Yep.
this was a vampire movie. This was a vampire movie in a sense,
Hmm.
because
Yep.
yes, Jack O'Connell plays an Irish vampire, obviously ancient, um, who wants to basically not only suck the soul out of this young kid who's played by who's the kid who plays him?
Yeah, he is. You must be
Is it
talking about
Saul
Miles
Williams?
Caton, Sammy,
Oh, Miles
Sammy. No, it's
Caton. Miles
Miles
Caton.
Caton
Yeah,
plays Preacher Boy Sammy.
Beach Boy Sammy, who has this gift. Okay, he's got the gift, and
Yes.
he um so the Jack O'Connell character not only wants to, suck everybody's blood and kill everybody and turn them all into vampires, but also he wants he wants Sammy because he wants to acquire that talent and those stories and the things that are inside of that kid. So yeah, it was just great. I mean, it had everything in it. I think my favorite scene though is when the kid performs and all of the different future, past, all these people who kind of show up who obviously have talent to bring, the music that they do brings people together, and from like a Jimi Hendrix type character to, rap to like African dancers and whatnot coming back. I don't know. I just loved
Right.
that scene. That scene was
Yes.
unbelievable. I was
Yes.
so mesmerized by that scene. It takes place in a juke joint. They're all there dancing.
Mhm.
I don't know. There was just, and of course, there's all kinds of other great motifs going in: brother love, community love,
Well,
romantic
there's brother
love,
community and of course racism.
racism, of course, in
You
the
know,
30s. Yeah.
and
So
yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. In fact, I saw it with a packed house. I mean, there was
Uh-huh.
not a seat. There was hardly any seats available at IMAX, and
Oh, okay. So you did see it in IMAX. Good, because I was gonna ask you that
yep.
question. I know you're so married to Dolby,
I'm just no.
but
I'm married. I'm married to the seats that I can lean back in. That's what I'm married to. I don't. I'm not married to the screen. I'm married.
Yeah, I mean,
So at the AMC that I go to, the IMAX
yeah,
is not, but the Dolby is. So if I have a
yeah,
choice of being able to lean back in my seat, that's what I'm going
yeah.
to choose.
You-
And this
You're
time I didn't
right.
have. This time I didn't have a choice. It was all sold
Really?
out. Everything was sold out.
Oh,
Anyway,
okay.
everyone applauded at the end of this
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, yeah.
Um, because well, I mean, I guess we're spoiling. So basically, the lone survivor of this horrible evening is the kid, and then you get to see him at the very end during the credits. He's an older man, and he's playing the blues,
60
and he's got
years pass
yeah. You
by.
see the
Yeah,
the scars he got from that night. I don't know. I loved it.
yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, I did too. I actually at this point think that it's you know, the my favorite and best picture of the year thus far. You know, we are in April, and I felt
Could
very much the
travel.
same way you did. Huh?
It could very well
Yeah, I mean,
not.
I want to
Yeah.
talk a little bit about that. I want to talk about that because it's thematically on this show and on my reviews and other discussions about films. I talk about the Academy, but we talked about that a little bit later, but we'll get to that in a sec. Yeah, I think that the movie is I think this movie is great on because it plays in so many layers. You know, there is the Smokestack twins, the brothers, and there's a bit of mystery behind them because, you know, we do know that they left, they more or less ran away from an abusive parent, an abusive father.
Hmm.
They were in World War I. We know that they
Yes.
fought for the country, and then so they went away. They fought in World War One. Instead of coming back to Mississippi, they went to Chicago. They got
Mhm.
involved. We hear through some dialogue that they were involved maybe with Al Capone. It's
Right.
even hinted that they may have stolen from the mob because they already have alcohol and boatloads of wads of cash, literal wads
Yes.
of cash to set up this juke joint.
Yep.
Uh, and they come back after 7 years. There is a familial and the brotherly love, but they also Preacher Boy Sammy is their cousin.
Right.
And and of course he's named Preacher Boy because his father, who was the Smokestack Brothers. He's he there. Preacher Boy Sammy's father was the brother to the Smokestack twins' father. He's the
Right.
brother. That makes them cousins. They know his gift of music. They want him to play, and at this juke joint, and they're planning this big opening night. They also get outside of Michael B. Jordan, they get there's Delroy Lindo, who
Yep.
got put in as Delta Slim,
Yeah.
who I thought
Oh,
was an
you know what?
amazing
When he came on the
performance.
screen, people clapped.
Yeah, and yes, they buy this barn
Yep.
from the Klan. Even though the Klan no longer exists, but it's the Klan.
Yes.
And meanwhile, I guess what I loved about one of the many aspects I loved about this movie is that how it almost plays like a Jordan Peele movie in a sense,
Yes. Yes.
right? Especially Get Out, I think,
Hmm.
but I think what Coogler is able to expertly do, and I agree with you, I believe this to be his best
Hmm.
movie. And he uses horror in a way that's mostly used in science fiction, and it's about
Hmm.
human nature, but he uses horror here as an allegory,
Hmm.
right? Because to me, the time in which this movie takes place, 1932, is equally as important, if not more so, than the vampires
Yes.
of this movie. So even though this is a horror movie and vampires are part of it, it's not necessarily a horror movie. And you can look at the vampires as, you know, they claim they can offer freedom, but
Right.
again, it's a freedom that comes at a cost. And again, when you put it into the time frame of 1932, there's so much going on.
Right.
So there are choices to be made. Now, the music, as you said too, the music is, as I had written about it yesterday, Twitter, it's a thematic oral tapestry of the past, present, and the future.
Yes.
I loved how this movie opened up the way that you described it, right?
Yeah.
Which makes that part in the middle of the movie all the more resonant.
Right.
And how it taps into past, the present of 1932, and then the future,
The future. I love that.
right? You didn't go, what the hell is going on here? If you're really paying attention and thinking about this, you're going, wow, the way that Coogler weaves this in and the way these people are dancing and celebrating and how they feel free
Yes.
to express themselves through the music, through the dance.
Yep.
It's an amazing scene.
Oh, I know. I was
And
just
to your
like,
point,
this is the
more
coolest
so
thing
than
ever.
any other scene in the movie.
Oh, absolutely.
Um, so I do think, look, the movie is dramatic. It's very thematic,
Yes.
and it's very visceral. I
Yes.
guess so you saw it in IMAX. I was so afraid you were going to see it in Dolby, but I know
But
that
it's
Coogler
really the
used
same. I mean, it's not
IMAX.
that
It's
much
not.
different.
Yeah, it is. It's very no. In this case, it is because it would be very much like watching Oppenheimer in Dolby as opposed to IMAX. We saw it in IMAX, and Coogler used the same technique in a sense as Nolan did. He was using special IMAX cameras, and
Ah, okay.
I could notice the difference. I noticed when the screen went from the regular to the huge 70, like I noticed the difference. You're not going to get that in Dolby. You'll get the great color, you'll get the great sound, you'll get the beautiful presentation that Dolby has to offer, but you won't get the visual, visceral feel. And Coogler used it to such great effect. It was enveloping, and the sound mix. Oh
Yeah.
boy, howdy. The
Yeah.
sound mix was something to behold and listen,
Yeah.
not just for the music, but for everything else. Um, Listen, I want to go back, and this goes to a question. My one question is, will the Academy continue to forsake the genre of horror and forget about this movie come award season? I surely as hell hope not,
Well,
because it
I'm not
deserves to be
sure about.
remembered.
Oh, I do. I am not sure about its chances for. It just depends. It really depends. I think it will get some nominations, no question in my mind. It'll get some nominations, at least for sound or something, you know. Um, but and maybe even song. I don't know. Is that original song? I don't even know.
Yeah, uh-huh.
That might be. You're right though. It's tough. It's tough. They did nominate The Substance, which, you know, is technically our horror genre.
Technically, yeah. But it came out, so like it came out in award season. That's what's
Yeah.
actually kind of the difficult thing for this movie is it
Yeah.
coming out in April. And listen, I think it's a perfect time to release this movie. And but also I think Ryan Coogler and company need to be this isn't a strict horror movie. It
No,
has
it really
vampires
isn't.
in it, but it's not about the vampires necessarily, right? This
Right.
is not, even though you can draw a line to compare it to From Dusk Till Dawn, in a
Yes, this
sense,
is what
right?
definitely, definitely.
You can draw a comparison, but it's not because From Dusk Till Dawn is about thieves and vampires with some music. This is not about that. And the vampires, in fact, like the vampires, you don't see O'Connell's character. What is his name?
Did
You
he
don't
even
see
have a
his
name?
character Remick, Jack
Remick.
O'Connell. You don't see Jack O'Connell's character until about a half hour into the movie. I looked at my watch, and you don't see quote unquote full on the vampires come in. That's an hour into the movie when they come
Yeah.
to the barn. So so much happens beforehand that I honestly believe that even if you're Ryan Coogler made a horror movie, but that can everybody can see. Everybody
Yeah.
who's able to see an R-rated movie can go see this movie, whether you're a horror fan or aficionado or not. And you're
Yeah.
still going to enjoy this movie and you're going to get it and like it. And I just really, come on, Academy, get off this stupid high horse now. And you know, a lot, and the movie's going to do really well. And I believe it really needs to be remembered. And I think a lot of it could be up to people like us, you know,
Yeah.
you and I within this industry. But the Academy has to like give this movie its due. And I think it's Ryan Coogler's like best. It's his most ambitious, as I said, but it
Yeah.
really is his best. I think everything works. The
I know.
performances are good. Very importantly, don't you believe? Like just a few weeks ago, Michael DeLuca and Pam Abdi of Warner Brothers, everybody was saying they're on the outs because a lot of their movies weren't hitting, but they were
Yeah.
striving for something to release something original, right?
Yeah.
Minecraft kind of saved them a little, but this movie I hope goes over the top because
I do too. Well,
God,
it's
isn't it
getting
refreshing?
so much good word of mouth. So much good word of mouth. So I think I think it might
Wasn't it
do well.
refreshing? Wasn't it refreshing for you though to go to a movie that wasn't part of an IP, that wasn't like a franchise, that wasn't like this is an original story and it's very good and we need to applaud these movies
Yes.
And, DeLuca and Abdi should get credit because the movie is doing very well. It opened up almost 5 million in previews, could
Yeah.
potentially do 50 million
Yeah.
for for this weekend.
Yeah. Uh-oh, you're kind of
I
freezing up a
can't
little bit. There
say
you are.
enough
You're back.
and what it means to the industry. I think it's great. And yeah, everybody does a really great job. And I'm so
Yeah.
glad you saw it in IMAX.
Yeah.
And then we get to talk about it.
Yes. Yes. Um,
Hello?
can you
Oh,
see
there
me?
you go. I thought you froze.
You froze too. So
I
we
think you
froze there in the
froze.
middle there. We froze. We both froze. All right. Well,
I could
yes.
see you,
So
but I think you froze.
I
Oh, I
would give
did?
you I would give it a big
No.
5 stars for me. Can you see me? Hello. Hello.
Oh, it gets the high five.
Yeah.
High five for me as well. I can see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're there.
Okay.
You're
All
there.
right. Cool. Cool. Cool.
Hello. You're
Yeah.
there. I
So
see you. Yep.
okay. Can you hear me?
Can you see me? So you're giving a five. I'm giving it. Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. Yeah, I give it the high five as well. Two fives. That makes it 10. For
Definitely
movie
check it
going.
out and let us know your thoughts as well, of course, in the comments and whatnot. But we are gearing up now. We are gearing up for summer movies. I think the next biggie it might be Thunderbolts. It comes out on the 25th, I believe.
Thunder
No,
Thunderbolts,
no, May.
Accountant
That's in May.
2 comes out next week. Yeah, very early May because it's no, I think it's the very end of April going into May. Next week is The Accountant 2, which I'm kind of looking forward to. But then
Well,
yeah,
I
once
I
we get
am
into
traveling next
Thunderbolts.
week, so we'll see if I can. We'll try to get to it though, for sure.
Okay. Yeah. So
All right.
yeah, there we go. That's
Take
it.
care,
And
everyone.
we
Thanks
wrap
for
this up.
tuning
Have a
in.
good happy Easter to those who celebrate. And hope this helped make it a very good Friday for you. Kit, you're an Easter egg that people just want to crack.
Righty. Okay then.
All right, all. It's great
Take care,
seeing you
everybody.
again, Kit. Bye, all.